Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today we are talking about placenta encapsulation, the reasons you should do it, the reasons you shouldn't, and my experience with it. So when I was about about 5 months pregnant, I decided that I definitely want to do my placenta encapsulation. I read about it and I heard you get an abundance of milk. I heard that you could definitely fight postpartum depression, and that was my biggest fear, as it was my first time having a baby. Now I'm 3 months postpartum, and so what I did was I did my research. I looked everywhere online. I looked for different services. I live in Jersey, and in the tri-state area I was looking at different placenta encapsulation services. So I found this one that's called With Love. This is the company, With Love. Placenta encapsulation services. They also give you they also dehydrate your placenta and give it to you so you can eat it as well. I wasn't too crazy about that part, but I thought the encapsulation would be great. Apparently this is a Chinese ancient tradition that they do also to help the women not get postpartum depression. So it's not something new. A lot of people it's been in trend for the past 5 years now. It's been slowly getting popular. So what I did was I spoke to my doctor, asked if that was okay. The placenta is a part of your body, so at the hospital all they do is throw it away. So you have a right to take it. They can't tell you no. So what I did was I spoke to my doctor. He said it was okay. I would have to sign a release form. So he told me when I get to the hospital to make sure to have a release form. So that's all I had to do. So and then I went back and I emailed a lady and she explained to me everything, and I had all my crazy questions about my placenta encapsulation, as we all do. I mean, it sounds kind of gross at first, but it is a part of you. And that's where the baby grows and gets all its nutrition and everything. So these pills, what they're doing is when you give birth, your hormones when you're pregnant are super high. They make fun of us saying that we're hormonal because we're pregnant, we're crazy. So as soon as you give birth, your hormones are at 100 and they go smack down to 0. So that's where the baby blues comes. And baby blues is normal, but it gets worse with postpartum depression. Now, that was my biggest fear, postpartum depression. I mean, it doesn't always mean that you don't want your baby. It's just different, you go through a depression. It's already hard being a new mother and having a family and changing from just being you and your husband or you and your significant other to going to taking care of a baby and you don't know what to do, everything's new. That's already stressful. So I definitely was in fear I wanted to avoid the postpartum depression in any way. I wasn't sure if this would work, but I was willing to take the chance. So I found out the price. The price is about $300. I believe I paid from $300 to $375. The lady sent me a contract. The cool thing with this company was that she sent me a contract and I got to pay through PayPal. So what I did was every check, instead of paying the $300 at once. I mean, if you have the money, do it. But I was working and I wanted to pay for it myself. I didn't want to bother my husband with this, because it wasn't a guaranteed thing. So what I did was every time I got paid, I threw $75 on it. And then within a month or two, it was paid for already. It was perfect. So about 3 weeks before my due date, because you give them your due date. So before my due date, I got a little package and it had a little baby onesie that said With Love Placenta, super cute. Then it also had a little lunchbox where you put your placenta in there and 2 large Ziploc bags that you would give the nurse after you give birth, and instructions on how to put it on ice. Then she says that you give her a call as soon as you're going to the hospital, so she knows within the 24 to 48 hours that you're going to give birth, she will send someone there. Like a courier is going to come and pick up your placenta. Sounds crazy, but honestly, everything went so smoothly. I just told my husband, babe, do me a favor and make sure when I give birth, I don't know in what state I'm going to be. So please, your job is to make sure that placenta gets from the nurse in the bag. And so the nurse takes care of it. My husband definitely made sure at the hospital that he signed the papers and everything before I gave birth. And within about 24 hours, they packaged it and everything, put in the bags. The nurse did it and they had no problem with it. Then within less than 24 hours, the guy came over, this courier. He came over and he picked up the placenta in the little lunchbox thing that the nurse had already. So we didn't have to touch anything, Okay, so then the courier came, and what he did was My husband just went out and gave him the bag. He left like that. And I got a text from the lady saying that she had picked it up, everything's fine, and she is going to go through a dehydration process. So what they do is they dehydrate your placenta, and then she told me she would mail it to my house, so I don't have to do anything. So literally within about 2 days, I ended up leaving the hospital. I was in the hospital 2 days. I came back home, and that same day or the day after, my pills were at my door. It was amazing. I was so, so happy. So this is the jar that it comes in. You got to keep them in a cool place. These are the pills. So it's literally like a vitamin, like a herbal vitamin. It has a smell like, it's not really a smell, but you could, it smells like those herbal natural pills. They don't taste any kind of way. It's just coated in this plastic this little pill. So what I did for the first week, the first 7 days, you are going to take 3 times a day, a pill 3 times a day. So I took one with my multivitamin. I had it with food with my regular pill in the morning. So I had one in the morning, one in the afternoon, and one at night for the first 7 days. So after the first 7 days, you take 1 pill a day. So now I'm 3 months postpartum, and I'm almost done with them. I'm actually 3.5 months postpartum. So right now I have about 2 weeks left. So it gives you about 4.5 months of pills. It has a total here of 138 capsules. So that was my experience. I had a great experience with it. How do I feel now? I feel like I haven't got postpartum. The only thing I didn't get an abundance of milk. I did have an issue. I was making milk and everything, but it wasn't enough for my daughter, so I had to supplement with formula and breast milk. I breastfed for a month, and then after that I just stopped. It wasn't for me. I mean, I applaud the women that can breastfeed all for their whole pregnancy, for their whole postpartum, but I couldn't. I thought this would give me more milk. That was another reason why I wanted to do it, but unfortunately that didn't happen for me. But my biggest fear was having postpartum depression, and I do believe that these pills help me. And they also give you energy. I did feel like I had more energy to deal with my baby and do everything, and that is also one of the things that they state that it will help you with. Also, let me check these notes. I also have, it increases the release of the hormone oxytocin, which helps the uterus go back to size. So that was another thing too. After you give birth, your uterus is still, your body's still trying to go back. So that I did feel, after birth, I did wear a postpartum wrap, but I did feel like everything did go in time, and it wasn't as swollen. I believe that helped me as well. Then they said it's a restoration of iron levels in the blood. And what else did it say? Well, those were the main things. So pretty much I do feel overall that this definitely helped me battle postpartum depression, because I was afraid of getting it. So it definitely did help me. So I would definitely recommend you guys to encapsulate your placenta. The eating part is kind of crazy. You could do it if you want, if you're brave enough, but I definitely feel like the pills are easier. You could just take 1 a day with your multivitamin, and I have no problem with it. I keep it. So that was my story on my pill encapsulation of my placenta. I definitely recommend it for you or your friends. I never got even an ounce, a little bit of postpartum depression, and I do strongly feel it was from these pills. And altogether, I feel it's definitely worth it. $375, yeah, it might have been a little bit, but to not have postpartum depression and to feel good and have energy to take care of my baby, it was all worth it. So thank you for listening to my story, guys. Please like and subscribe in the subscribe box below. Thank you so much. Have a great night, guys. Have a great day. Bye.